What's up guys, it's Larko, and today we're going to be talking about how DICE is still letting us down when it comes to weapon balancing with a VHX and how they're just too lazy to just straight up nerf it. I would just like to say as well, this video is not targeted at Total FPS, he is simply a community manager and he is the horse's mouth when it comes to DICE and their updates. All he is doing is regurgitating what they have said. So everything negative in this video is based purely upon DICE and whoever is in charge of balance and weapons. If you're new around here as well, make sure to hit subscribe, drop a comment down below as well about how annoyed you are with the VHX in the game and how bored you are of using it to better up everyone you come across using it. The DICE is currently aware that the VHX is overpowered. I mean, how can they not be? They've nerfed it once, and even then, they knew it was massively OP because they purposely overtuned the weapon and left it for 2 months. Well, today, Total FPS responded with a comment to someone's post on Reddit. This post basically said, "Me resisting the urge to rock the VHX when times get tough. Seriously, DICE, fix that." Now, I think everyone's fully aware that the VHX is just the best weapon in the game at the moment. It has been for a long time now, and it is still miles above every other AR in the game. Some of you may feel differently about that, but it's just facts. Total FPS responded with, "We're currently looking into the output and pick rate of this weapon in comparison to player feedback, and may," it's a big keyword there, "make some balancing changes regarding it." So DICE saying that they are looking into the pick rate of this weapon in comparison to player feedback. Everybody is using it. There is no need to look into it. So where Total says we are currently looking into the output and pick rate of this weapon in comparison to player feedback, it's just ridiculous because you've literally just got to boot the game up and play a minute or two. Everybody knows that this weapon is just massively overpowered and people are trying to use other weapons because they don't like using the meta. But I'm the same. When I'm getting absolutely slapped with a VHX when I'm using another weapon, I think, what's the point? May as well just rock the VHX. They know this weapon is trumps above every other weapon in the game. It's as simple as that. There's no looking over that needs to be done. They know that it needs to be nerfed, and that is that. He also says here, "and may make some balancing changes regarding it." Right, here's a big keyword, may. There is no "we may make balancing changes." You have to make balancing changes. It's like they're sort of teetering with the idea of, should we nerf it, should we not? We don't know. There is no grey area here. It needs to be nerfed. And the thing is, people can say that like DICE have been on their Swedish holiday, which I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know they do take a big holiday near the end of Christmas. But Embark Studios is also Swedish based, and they have chucked out 4, 5, maybe even 6 updates to the finals over the past 2 months, and that's including the closed beta as well, maybe 2.5 months. If Embark can do this to their game, chucking out all these updates as soon as they need them, bear in mind, then why can't DICE, a much bigger company? They're both in the same country, they both have the same holidays, there's no excuse for it. And after DICE have already admitted that they purposely overtune weapons in the battle pass because it's supposedly easier to nerf them, they should be nerfing them as soon as they can. Like even after a week, right? A week is enough of a weapon just plaguing the game. But instead, they choose not to, and they come up with other excuses like, we want all players to be able to use these weapons in their current state. However, they then put them at like tier 40 on the battle pass, and in this season, they made it more difficult to earn points to progress through the battle pass. They did sort of adjust it later on, but nevertheless, it shouldn't have ever happened. If you want people to be able to use these weapons in a broken state, then make it viable for everyone because it becomes pay to win. People can just pay for these tier skips that have the money for it, and then just rinse everybody else. And then the meta just grows and grows as people unlock it, and it just becomes an absolute plague in the game. I think Embark just sets a good example of them taking charge and caring about the community, and it just shows here that DICE just really do not care. There was nothing that was said in update 6.3 of the VHX having nerfs, and update 6.3 came out last week, I believe. So there was no nerfs mentioned in them patch notes when they knew it had to be nerfed. It's been like 3 or 4 months now, and nothing is currently said in the update 6.4 patch notes about them nerfing either. So more than likely, this is only going to come in season 7, which is set to come out probably like mid to late March. So we've still got another 2 months of this gun running rampant if they do not change their update 6.4 patch notes and nerf the VHX. It shouldn't take this long. It's just, man, it's just so lazy, and I think people are just completely tired of it. I used to make weapon videos all the time on different weapons, and everything back then felt somewhat balanced. And obviously the RM68 came, and then the VHX came, and obviously we had the whole MCS thing, but you know, that was still only really viable on Redacted. Me personally, I can't really make videos more on all these other weapons saying they're amazing because they're not, because you're going to get outplayed by the VHX, and as simple as that. After what happened previously with DICE saying that they purposely overtune weapons and want people to use them in their current state, this also means that more than likely when Season 7 drops, drops, then weapons are going to be OP as hell too. The G428 was pretty OP, but I wouldn't say it's anywhere near as overpowered as the VHX was. Or is, I should say. So whatever weapons come in Season 7, I assume we're probably going to get an SMG, because we've just had an AR and a marksman rifle, so maybe we might get an SMG and an LMG. More than likely, these weapons are just going to be super overpowered, and it'll be the whole pay-to-win scheme over and over again. The whole live service thing, botched to a T, over and over again. Yeah, I thought I'd just make this video because, I don't know, I had to say something about it. It's getting so tiring, man, seeing this again and again. It's just disrespectful to the community at this point. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe.